Thomas, Thomas, Thomas Grooves. Ho ho. Hey guys, Ghostbuster1 here with another episode of Modern Microphones, and today I'm going to be showing you how to sort of make it so that the furnace recipes are something that are your own class and not using the default vanilla ones. Okay, so basically we're just continuing from the episodes we had before. So what we're going to do, we're just going to remove these imports furnace recipes from the container top furnace and also the talented top furnace. Remember, this is in here just so the item is allowed to be registered in here without crashing the game. Okay, and the same within here. Okay, this just registers the actual smelting, so it outputs something to the next slot. That's why it has the furnace item stats, which is the slots. Remember. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this to tuts furnace recipes to each one of them, and we're going to place this in a class in the package of the handler. So rather than inventory, we'll have it in a handler class, because this will deal with every with all the registries of the items and stuff. So I can get a bit of the mic stuff off it. Yeah. Don't know, we're getting a load of noise right now. And there we go. Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is gonna finish and create this class. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to add quite a few things on this, okay? So you notice in here that this called upon a smelting variable, okay? So if we just change this back to furnace recipes for a moment, we import it. You see the furnace recipes thing called upon, where is it? Come on, smelting, okay? Called upon this status function here, so that's the first one we're actually going to create inside the class. So we're going to change this to top furnace recipes. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go public static tut furnace recipes. Can't spell it right, so just do that. Smelting, and you might be like, wait a minute, what? You're calling upon the own class, and you're going to ask it to return in a method here. But you're not asking it to void. No. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually return something. Don't forget it's there. We're going to return something called a we'll call it a smelting base, because that's what the vanilla class calls it. So we'll call it the same as that. Okay, so I'm just going to format this. Okay, so we're going to actually have to create a variable, which is smelting base. Okay, and it's asking us to change it to smelting because that's the only thing that calls that is actually initialized as a variable top furnace recipes. Okay. Okay, so we are going to have to create our own. Okay, so I'm going to go private static final. Okay, so there's going to be one instance of this, and it can't be changed, this variable. Okay, I'm going to set it to top furnace recipes. I always spelled it wrong, so yeah. We're actually going to capitalize this. Smelting underscore base, due to the fact that when something's final, it's just a convention to capitalize every letter of it. And I'm just going to set this to equal to a new top furnace recipes, like so. Okay, so we'll change this to smelting base. There. Okay. So that's all good, but we've not actually added the get smelting result things. Okay, so obviously this is called upon a separate method called get smelting result. And this will be called some separate methods, which is the same smelting result thing. Okay, so we're going to add that as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to have to I'm going to create the get smelting result. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, is we'll go private, not private, sorry, because we're calling upon it inside of another class, so it has to be public. It's not the same package, so it's extended, so it has to be public. Okay, so public item stack. Obviously, because we want this to output some sort of item or block. So that's going to get smelting recipe. The result, sorry. That's what it was called upon. That's going to take one variable, which would be item stack, because we're going to have to return something. And that is the only variable. Okay. So import all that. So what we're going to do, we're going to create something called an iteria. Okay, an iteria variable. And what an iteria is, okay, is something I'm going to cover in a later episode of my Java tutorials. So this is kind of to encourage. It's kind of like I'm advertising at the moment, but I'm not at the same time. But if you want an in-depth sort of thing, I will be explaining that into a later tutorial. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to set this iteria. Okay. So basically, what this needs to be equal to. This has to be equal to a sort of. It has to be equal to a map. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to create another variable. Call it, I don't know, private map. And it will be the smelting list, and we'll set this equal to a new hash map. So import all of that, and I'm going to import it from java.util.iteria. Okay. Ugh, throat's killing me. Okay. We've got a sore throat today. We've also got to import the util map and the hash map. And obviously, like I said, we need to set it equal to a map, which will be this dot smelting list dot. Trying to clear some of it all, need to set it equal to an entry set, which is the map class still. And then we'll have to do something like iteria, which is so it's equal to an iteria class. Okay, so obviously we still need to return something. So for now, okay, we'll do that in a second. So we'll create an entry, and we're gonna do this when this thing is called upon, and it's gonna be if this, not this, sorry, if the iteria dot, spell iteria, right? If it doesn't have the next thing we want to do, if it doesn't have next again, then we're going to want to return nothing, because we don't want it to do anything, because we want it to have something to do. We don't want it to have nothing else to do, so that's why we have to has it next. So it's going to be else, not else, sorry. Okay, so we'll set this to entry, and we'll set this equal to iteria.next. So it's just going to make sure it gets set to null. If it's not going to have a next. Okay. So iteria dot next. Okay, so we're going to set entry equals that. Okay, do we have to do any brackets? Yeah, we have an else there, don't we? Nope, that has to be there. Why are you erroring? Whoa. That's a lot of imports, which we don't want to see. Okay. Now, where is Java util map? There it is. That's the correct entry. Okay, so what we need to do is, first things first, why is this having a thing? Lazy fit. What's up with this? Like, we need to cast this one entry because we're calling upon the iteria there. Not what you want to do. Okay, we'll sort out that last. Okay. But anyways, while I'll do this on a single line because it only needs to be on a slip line. While can be smelted is a method we're going to create in a second. It can be smelted, can't happen. Item stack, comma, casting this into an item stack because it's going to take a few things, because this is actually an item stack by natively, okay, because it has, no, the entry.get key, because that isn't an item stack natively, obviously, because it's an entry. And throat is killing me. Okay, I'm just going to return now. And we'll return I don't know, entry dot next. No, get value, sorry. Because we want to return the value, we don't want to return whatever's next. and obviously this needs to be casted to item stack because this is an item stack method. So import that, and we'll create this method. Why not? Okay, it only needs to be private, and we won't return false, obviously. But however, can be smelted is something we are going to deal with now. So we're just gonna we'll keep that as a key. No, we won't. We'll set item stack 2. So it's easy to understand. Item stack 2. Okay, so we'll return item stack 2. Get item. So basically, if that is equal to item stack dot get item, then I want you to return true, but also and this also has to return true. Item stack 2 dot get damage. Get item damage. Yeah, which is an integer. If it's equal to I don't know, let's say, what does the vanilla code say? I don't want to go off something that I'm going to be wrong on, because if it's something that's the wrong number, then we're going to have quite a few issues, aren't we now? You said it equal to that number, 32,767. So we'll say equals to the same thing, which is basically, I think it's Minecraft's largest damage value, and then we'll set it equal to this one. So all item stack 2 dot get item damage could also be equal to the original item stack dot get item damage, and then obviously the semicolon at the end to say we're finished with this statement. Okay. So I'm going to be right back because I need to get a drink of water because my throat is killing me. And we're back again. Sorry about that. I had to go and get a drink of water. My throat's actually almost dead. Okay, we are recording yet. Okay. Okay, so it can be smelled. Okay. So we've sorted out those two now, but obviously now we want to actually add the recipes. Okay. So first thing is first. We want to what do I want to do? We will create, I don't know, the give experience method next, I guess, because that's the easiest thing to do, because, what's it called, we're obviously going to need to return experience later. So we'll make this public float, because that's what the experience level was done in, give experience, okay, and so we take an item stack variable, and item stack parameter. Let's call it stack for short at the moment. Oh, don't be lazy. Item stack. Okay. It's going to ask us to return something. Okay, and we will return something. We shall give it what it wants. But the first things first. Okay. Let's create iteria again. So we'll create another iteria variable. I have to spell this. Iterator. And we shall set this equal to this dot experience list. Experience list is right here now. Private map experience list equals new hash map. Okay, so this dot experience list dot entry set dot iteria. Okay, so after that we're gonna go and create another entry. Okay. So do if the iterator dot has next. Then we want to, if it doesn't have a next, then we want to return null essentially, but we're not going to return null here, we just return 0. 0.0, so we don't have any errors later. Okay, and after we've done that, we're going to set entry equal to it rator dot next. And obviously we need to do that while thing again, which will be while we can't smell, okay, so can be, so let's do this, so it's easy to call upon, can be spelled, item stack, and then we'll set this equal to the entry.getKey again. Might ask us to cast it, obviously. We're expecting it to ask us for it to ask us to cast that to entry. Let's cast this to item stack. Okay, obviously it's still an ask return spec, so we will return after this. And we will return, I don't know, I want to get entry.getValue. Okay, so entry dot get value, dot float value, which I thought would be there. Why is float value not there? So cast it, yeah, to the float. No, no, cast it to a float. There we are. Okay. Is anything wrong with this? Obviously, because we get experience. I think we should probably add something to stop it from crashing, which would probably be a smart idea. Yeah. So we'll go if the item stack dot get item damage. No, not item damage. Get item. Get item dot get smelting experience item stack is not equal to -1, sorry. Then we shall return this. There we are. Okay, so let's stop it from crashing. Okay. Okay. So next thing first. Okay, we're going to do this up here, away from everything else. So it's easier to try as recipes later, so it's more clear. What we'll do, we'll create something that's not going to ask us to return anything, and we'll set it to, I don't know, add. We'll set it to lists. Okay. And we're going to have quite a few methods here, so item stack. Item stack, comma, item stack 2. And then we're also going to want whatever the experience is, so the flow of experience. Okay, so the flow of experience, okay. So we'll just do, so I'm just going to add these lists. So, in fact, we'll call this to put, we'll change this to put list because that's what we're doing. Okay, so this dot will start off with the smelting list. Dot put. So we're going to get a key and a value, okay. So the key is just going to be the first item stack, and the value will just be item stack 2, which you'll see why later. And then we need to do experience list dot put, and then we need a key and a value, which will be obviously item stack 2 because that's the output. Okay, so we're going to want to do the output, that's why we're going to do that first, okay. And then obviously we're going to want to return a value of experience, we'll just do float class dot value of experience. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we're still not actually add recipes. So what we'll do, we'll go public void add lists. Okay, let's basically call upon that method. Okay, and this is just going to have an item, so that'll be the input. And remember, because everything is done by items these days, and you'll see why. Because basically, I'm going to convert something in a second. Item stack. Okay, and then obviously we're going to want the flow of experience. Okay, and it marks the item, and then we'll just do this dot list dot put list, sorry, item stack, item stack experience. However, we just don't want item stack. We're gonna have to go. We can't call upon the stacks now because that's having the input as the same thing. So now we'll just call upon new item stack. So new item stack, whatever the item would be, because that's the first one. So converting that, and then one, and then we want the value which we had before, which was this. So that's setting the damage. Okay. So that's that. Okay, and then. Now on to actually adding the recipe, so we'll go public void add recipe. I think that's how it's spelled anyway. Okay, so we're gonna have to ask for a block. What should we do? Block. We'll do item. Script item. Dot comma, sorry, item stack do we want to do this actually? Yeah, we want to do this. Okay, item stack, and then we'll item stack, and then we'll do float experience. Then obviously we need to not return. Want to call upon this dot add lists item stack experience. Okay, I'm hoping this works out in my favour. Now, obviously, we're going to add a constructor, so we'll just make this private. Touch furnace recipes, because no one else needs to see this as far as I'm aware anyway. And then we're going to do this dot add recipe. So this way we can actually do blocks at the same time. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do an item to start off with. Item dot tm item. Sorry, we'll do. I don't know, if we smelt a tuck crop, we'll get a grenade. So this output item stack tm item dot grenade. Touch grenade. Okay, and then experience we'll set to, I don't know, 0.8f. Okay. And okay, we'll also do a block, so we can do blocks as well. So we'll just copy that. It'll also output a tuck grenade. And the way we do that, not a tuck grenade, we'll do just so we can have two different outputs as well. Output, I don't know, a helmet. Okay. And this will be done by item stack item dot get item from block. I mean, we can do something like tm block dot touch chest if we smelt a touch chest. Okay. So and I guess that is it. Okay, so let's run the client, and there should be no errors in here. Okay, so we're good. By the looks of it, so let's run it. We'll open it up, go in single player mode, obviously open up the world, go to our top furnace, and gold's in there, it's on apparently, Probably because I was messing around before. Okay. And we shall grab, once I've turned off the music. Bye. Okay, and what we'll do is we were doing. Did we do the touch test? Yeah, if we smell that, I thought something or other. And also we asked for tuck crop, sorry. What was it? If we smell tuck crop, we get something. Yeah. And obviously our fuel was our touch item. So I'll grab a few of them. Okay, so we've placed this in here. And our tuck crop. Don't crash. We don't crash. And this should output a grenade. Fantastic, okay. So now if we put this in here, don't crash. We're not crashing, which is a good sign. So this should output a helmet. Okay. Which is correct, okay. So that's great. Thanks for watching, guys, from the Ghost Project 1, I guess showing you how to add recipes to your custom furnace. Okay, thanks for watching, I guess next time we'll be sorting out whatever this thing is here, because it's not rotated, apparently, which someone commented on the last video. Thank you for whoever did that, okay? Don't remember your name, I'm sorry. But yeah, I will be addressing that next time. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, from the Ghost Project 1, I guess see you guys later. Bye!